This is Formula One.
Welcome to F1 Blogs. Today, we dive into the controversy surrounding Daniel Ricciardo's fastest lap in Singapore with Red Bull's B team, which ended up costing Lando Norris a crucial point and significantly impacted his chances for the championship. This incident raises ethical questions, sparks debate about team tactics, and serves as a reminder of how even the smallest detail can shape a Formula One season. The seemingly insignificant point that Ricciardo earned during the Singapore Grand Prix has far more important consequences than it appears at first glance. While the Australian driver didn't directly benefit from that fastest lap point because he finished outside the top 10, the critical factor is that it wasn't awarded to Lando Norris either. Norris, who was in the thick of a title fight with Max Verstappen, now finds himself in a mathematical situation where, due to this lost point, he no longer fully controls his destiny in the championship battle. Let's break down the numbers. There are 6 races left in the season, and if Norris were to win all of them, while Verstappen finishes second in each race, Norris would close the gap by 42 points. Now, if Lando also managed to secure the fastest lap in all 6 of those races, that would add another 6 points to his tally, making it a 48-point swing. Then, there are 3 sprint races left, where Norris could gain an additional 3 points if he finishes first and Verstappen comes in second in all of them. That's a total of 51 points potentially gained by Norris over these final 6 races. However, the current gap between the two drivers stands at 52 points, meaning that due to Ricciardo's intervention in Singapore, Norris is now 1 point short of being able to win the title solely based on his own results. This is, of course, a purely mathematical scenario, and one that may evolve over the next few races. Still, it sheds light on a controversial practice in Formula One: the relationship between Red Bull and its sister team. Red Bull's second team, historically known as Toro Rosso and now rebranded as AlphaTauri, has long been considered a B team for Red Bull Racing. The ethics of this relationship are once again under scrutiny, as it appears that AlphaTauri's actions in Singapore directly benefited Red Bull's championship-leading driver, Max Verstappen. Ricciardo's fastest lap effectively took a point away from Norris, ensuring that Verstappen remains in a stronger position in the championship. Although 6 races remain, this point could be critical, especially if the championship battle comes down to the wire. Verstappen himself acknowledged the importance of Ricciardo's contribution, saying after the race, "It doesn't hurt at all. Thanks, mate." These remarks highlight the subtle but significant role that Red Bull's B team can play in shaping the title race. This incident has led to questions and concerns from McLaren, particularly from their CEO, who has expressed frustration with the situation. From McLaren's perspective, this type of coordinated behavior between an A and B team seems to violate the spirit of competition. While it's not illegal, and there's no concrete evidence that Red Bull specifically instructed AlphaTauri to go for the fastest lap, the advantage of having a second team at your disposal is clear. It can act as a wild card in pivotal moments of the season. Ricciardo, known for his humor, addressed the situation lightheartedly, joking that if Verstappen wins the title by 1 point, he'll expect a huge Christmas present. He even quipped about receiving a $3.5 million offer for that fastest lap. These jokes, while entertaining, do not detract from the serious implications of the strategy. The ability of a top team like Red Bull to leverage a second team for strategic advantages is something that McLaren's Zak Brown, in particular, finds unsettling. Since joining Formula One, Brown has been vocal about his concerns over the concept of A and B teams, which doesn't align with the more individualistic culture of American racing, where he cut his teeth. In response to Singapore, Brown mentioned that he'll be raising questions about the incident, noting that it was a clear display of A B team dynamics in action. McLaren's team principal, Andrea Stella, was equally caught off guard by Ricciardo's fastest lap attempt. Stella, a seasoned veteran in the sport, admitted that he didn't anticipate such a move and expressed his hope that the championship doesn't come down to a single point. Still, he recognized the importance of addressing the issue to ensure that teams operate independently, as this is a constructors' championship. While Stella stopped short of directly accusing AlphaTauri of collusion, he did acknowledge that the situation seemed a little strange. Lando Norris, on the other hand, seems relatively unfazed by the controversy. The McLaren driver is riding a wave of confidence and is thinking in broader terms, believing he has what it takes to win the championship despite this lost point. Yet history tells us that titles in Formula One have often come down to the smallest of margins. Just in 2021, Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton entered the final race of the season tied in points, with the championship hanging in the balance. Furthermore, throughout the 2000s, we saw several seasons, like in 2007, 2008, 2010, and 2012, where the title was decided in the very last race, with some championships being determined by a single point. In such a tight championship battle, every point matters. While Norris appears nonchalant, stating that he's fine with Ricciardo earning the fastest lap, the missed opportunity stings. Not only did this deny Norris his first career Grand Chelem pole position, leading every lap, winning the race, and securing the fastest lap, but it was also a significant achievement for McLaren, as it would have been their first Grand Chelem since 1998. When asked if he was bothered by losing the fastest lap, Norris shrugged it off, saying, "That's how Formula One has been since before I was born, so nothing to complain about." Smart play from their side. Happy for Daniel. That's all. Looking back at motorsport history, the importance of a single point cannot be overstated. Emilio Alzamora, for example, won the 125 cubic centimeters world championship in 1999 by just
This
1 point.
is Formula One.
In that case, his teammate, Gilit Nieto, famously slowed down in Phillip Island, allowing Alzamora to take an extra point in a race where he otherwise would have finished empty-handed. It's moments like these that remind us how pivotal a single point can be in a championship battle. Just as Christian Horner saw the strategic value in Ricciardo's move in Singapore, Angel Nieto understood the importance of every point back in 1999, demonstrating that this type of team strategy has long been a part of motorsport. In conclusion, while the controversy surrounding Ricciardo's fastest lap in Singapore might seem like a minor footnote in the season, it could have major implications down the line. Whether or not this point will ultimately decide the championship remains to be seen, but it has certainly reignited the debate about the role of A and B teams in Formula One. As we head into the final races of the season, all eyes will be on Lando Norris and Max Verstappen, as every point becomes more critical in this tightly contested championship fight. Thanks for tuning in to F1 Blogs. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more analysis, updates, and all the action from the world of Formula One. See you in the next video.